Hello Reformers and welcome back to Freeman. Now as you can see I've somewhat increased the amount of units that we have in our garrison here. I currently have about 30 in my army, exactly 30 actually. As you can see, something has changed about the game once again. It has been updated to include being able to take prisoners. I mean, oh well, that was kind of a spoilerific menu right there. Anyway. Point is, I was able to take these looters prisoner, and I'd like to see what they level up into, because we know that armored marauders and things like that can actually be extremely effective. So maybe we'll be able to see what they level up into. These guys are the closest to the next experience level, and the developers have also added a way to recruit from other factions, which is fantastic, because well, factions actually did not have any troops to recruit. You could only recruit mercenaries, and now that is going to mean much more diversity. And that also means that we can go into the barracks, for example, and just recruit as many looters as we so desire to put into our garrison here, for example. So if we wanted to make the most powerful garrison in the land, well, in terms of numbers at least, then we would go and recruit looters, and then you can of course recruit mercenaries from this menu as well. Now I've changed around my weapons a little bit, and you'll see what they are in just a second. I have a pistol now. I've decided I'm going to have a pistol just in case, because you never know, maybe you're going to get stuck on a reload or something along those lines with your main weapon, and then you want to go for a kill and you're cornered or something along those lines and you need a secondary weapon. So I decided to go for a PM 1911. I don't know whether it's any good. I mean, it's got 51 damage, which is, in my opinion, pretty decent. And it uses 9mm ammo, which is pretty cheap in itself. And otherwise, I'm using an RPKM now because I thought to myself, okay, the other light machine gun, absolutely fine, no problem at all, but it's using 50 cal. It's using 50 cal bullets, and I'd like to use something that's a little bit easier to come by, and so I'm using the RPK because it uses exactly the same ammo as an AK, so that is fantastic. And, oh yeah, I should also mention that they have changed the design of the ACOG scope. And let me just say that the ACOG scope actually looks extremely cool now and much better than it used to. So very, very good work on that. And so, yeah, what we're going to do is I actually wanted to show you the various factions, because they actually give you strengths and weaknesses of these various factions. So if you see me right here, well, the Reformian rebels, they don't have any strengths or weaknesses because obviously it's us. But if you go to the bandits, you can see a lot of them. That's the strength. Weakness, lack of training, equipment, and experience. So they are basically the worst. You know, they are literally the worst faction in the game. And then the next one up is the Uman Brotherhood, and we are currently neutral with them. I think we're probably going to be fighting them next, because I think they only have one other town. Yeah, as you can see there, their territories are only Lubny. They are a large in number and experienced combatants, so they're obviously they're pretty good, you know, they're battle hardened. And then of course we do have the weakness of a lack of advanced equipment, which is absolutely fine with me. I don't really mind if they're using laser guns or not. So yes, anyway. Let's go on to the Free Cossacks army here. So the Free Cossacks army, they have good close combat units, and grenadiers provide long-range support. They do, however, have a lack of long-range sharpshooters. So if you're going to be fighting the Free Cossacks army, probably going to recommend taking a bunch of snipers, because these guys are going to be really, really powerful to counter them. And then, of course, we have the Posner Battalion, which we've actually been recruiting from and selling a bunch of things there many, many times over. And you can see here that these guys have the strongest snipers in the world. So if you want the best snipers ever, better than the mercenary snipers, I would assume, then you probably want to go for them. But bear in mind that their weakness, they do lack support firepower, and heavy infantry, which, of course, is bringing us to our next faction, the Atov Revolutionary Forces, which have heavily armored infantry and good firepower, however they lack artillery support and close combat units. Now, these guys I've actually recruited beforehand. They are actually the faction that has control of the FCA types of units. So yeah, we know that they're really good. So that's going to be pretty fun to see how they go. Now, if you take a look at the prisoners menu here, it is just absolutely fantastic because you can see here that you can persuade to join them. You can give them some propaganda to try and lower their will. You can bribe them, threaten them, torture them, execute them if you so desire, and then of course you can release them. Now, I found that threatening and torture is the best in terms of lowering their will, and that is what we're going to try and do. So let's try and threaten them. Okay, that did not do that much, as you can see. You threatened to kill the armored marauders. The prisoners ignored you and weren't scared too much. Okay, so what about the torturing? There we go. The torturing might actually have made a difference. They have will 21 now, which is probably going to make the difference. So let us try to persuade them. Yes, there we go. You convinced the armored marauders to join your side. Your army grows in strength. And immediately, you can go to your party and you can see that they have literally 0 morale, but that's absolutely fine, because if you have any amount of money, which I do because I've been doing, battles and things, you can refill the squad completely and then go for rewarding the troops and they're back up to 100. So that's pretty fantastic in itself. And I think this is actually the highest level that these armored marauders can actually get to. As you can see here, experience is 0 out of 0. So yeah, that's a bit annoying because I actually thought that maybe they would have another level, but that's okay because it's numbers, it's numbers, and that's kind of nice to have in our garrison there. So we're just going to place those guys in the garrison, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to take a couple of people out here. Oh no. Okay, apparently I can't take a couple of people out because I have too many people in the garrison. But you can see here that the FCA actually do become elite rangers, which is pretty fantastic. So yeah, I'm unable to go any further down in the menu, so I won't be able to get out my volunteers and things like that, but I do have a number of people that can still level up. So without further ado, it would probably be a good idea for us to participate in a little bit of a battle with these armored marauders here, make sure that they don't decide to besiege Berezno while I'm away, and, well, I'll show you what I'm actually going to do after that. Now you can see here that I actually do have an additional point in leadership and commanding, because I did level up, I think, twice since the previous episode, and I leveled those points into intelligence, and then I was able to get additional points in those things to enable me to get more squads and wonderful things like that. So there we go. Unfortunately, I don't have 7 squads, so I won't be able to utilize them, but that's okay. That is absolutely fine. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in a 3x3 formation here. So I'm going to tell these militia to kind of go with the looters, because the looters are not exactly the greatest. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up kind of like a pincer movement, and I'm not going to go straight across here because that is obviously not going to be very advantageous for us. So we're going to tell these guys to go over in this direction. What I'd like to see actually in future updates is being able to select multiple people at once. So if I hold shift, for example, then I'd like to be able to get all of these guys selected at the same time, and then they could potentially follow the same pathing, and I think that would be pretty cool. But obviously that's not really a big deal at the moment. I mean, we can do our orders reasonably easily anyway. So let's go along the tree line here. I didn't really want to spend too long in there, and then we're going to have to make a dash over here, see what we can do there. And I mean, we're probably going to encounter some people along the way anyway, but you just got to be a bit careful because, well, you can get singled out pretty fast. Let's just be thankful that I'm not using extremely valuable units at the moment. Alright, so I'm going to go with the right squad because the FCA units are actually going with these guys. So yeah, now this weapon let me just say this weapon is absolutely fantastic from range, from close quarters, from basically anywhere. It is a fantastic weapon, and I'd highly recommend getting it. I think I bought it for about 7,000, and I sold the other light machine gun for, I think, 5,000. So basically it was only 2,000, which is really, really cheap. And yeah, it is an absolute bargain, a steal in actual fact, because it is so pinpoint accurate and very damaging, and yeah, it is crazy good. Anyway, let's take a look at the battle map here and see what are these looters doing. Okay, yeah, I have no idea what they're doing, but I'm gonna just place their little waypoint. Are they serious? I actually have no idea where they're going right now. Should I just let them do their own thing, or... Yeah, I guess I'll just let them do their own thing. Wait, are we... Ah, they're being shot at from over there. Okay, well that's not too bad. They're kind of in the trees, so I don't think I should worry about them too much. And if they do get killed, then it will just add a little bit more excitement to this battle anyway. Because after this, we're gonna try and attack some of the Uman Brotherhood. And let's just say that, well, we've met those guys before, when we actually did not want to fight them. Because you remember that, I don't know whether you remember that, but it was way back, I think in, I don't even know, episode 3, 4, something like that. And it was at the very end of the episode, and I got cornered by those guys, and I was like, ah, yeah, okay, well, that's not very good, is it? Okay, so it seems as though we are actually losing a bunch of units here, so it seems like we might have to go and assist them a little bit. Which is not exactly what I wanted to do. I really did not want to have to do that, but I guess we could just come from the side here and try to flank the opponent. Why is... Oh, yeah, there we go. Gotta move that waypoint a little bit. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to try and flank these guys. I'm going to tell these guys to actually charge in as well, because we're going to need to flank them pretty soonish to prevent any more unnecessary casualties. So yeah, that's a bit of an unfortunate side effect of being split up. I didn't really want to have to head back in this direction, but who knows, maybe the forces that we have to help at the moment are going to, you know, come back from the brink of death. Oh, yeah, probably not. Who knows, but yeah, actually we might be okay. I'm just gonna set our guys around here, I think is a little bit better, because then they're on the ridge, and that's probably going to be a little bit more effective. As you can see, the ridge is right in front of us here, and it's probably going to be much more effective for us to be right on the top of it. But there are no trees. Well, there's actually one tree up there, but not much cover, should I say. And that's going to be... Oh, that's not too good. I just want to shoot some guys, actually. I mean, in a previous battle, I actually, with this gun, was able to get, I think it is 17 kills, which is pretty crazy for me, you know, pretty crazy. I mean, the accuracy that we were able to achieve with it is amazing. Okay, so these guys are going to have to retreat. I don't know whether they're going to survive. Did they die? No, they are actually... Oh, wow, okay. Okay, yeah, there are a huge amount of enemies over this ridge here, and we need to be very, very careful, because we can take a huge amount of damage in no time at all. Yeah, I mean, I may have 96 armor, but that is not really a big deal when you're outnumbered and outgunned and all kinds of things. So yeah, we're gonna start killing things pretty easily right now. And I'm not even really seeing these enemies right here, because we are just so powerful at the moment. Alright, so what we're gonna have to do is... Oh, nothing, apparently. Wow, okay. Yeah, these guys are gonna have to charge in, I think. There we go. Alright, so they're gonna have to charge, and charge. There we go. Alright, so this is a bit difficult, isn't it? This is the kind of fight that I actually wanted to avoid at the moment. Oh, that was a nice shot, if I do say so myself. Yes, let me just toot my own horn. we're gonna have to get some guys to retreat, which is not exactly what I wanted, because I wanted them to level up, to be honest. But yeah, this is exactly the kind of thing that I've been having happen. Hilariously enough, we've been able to win the previous battles pretty easily, but we've recently, apparently, as soon as I hit the record button, have been having some issues. Seems like most of our squads are okay at the moment. I mean, we're gonna get to see where the enemies... Oh, hello. You're annoying. That was a very annoying fellow, wasn't it? Gonna try and get some guys to flank them, and hopefully they'll level up as a result of this action, but who knows, they might end up dying anyway, which would not be very good. But you can see here that we are just able to kill so many with this weapon. Well, it seems to me like the looters don't necessarily like to obey orders. I mean, you can see here that we've lost so many. Well, we've lost 3 squads, but hopefully that's gonna... Wow, are you serious? They seem to really be very bad at defeating these guys. It's kind of weird, because before I was fighting with these guys no problem at all, and actually killing every single squad that I came up against. But apparently these guys just had our number way more than we would have expected, which is pretty crazy in itself. I wonder where they are. Oh, there they are. Weird. That is really weird. I mean, we only have 3 looters remaining. Are you serious right now? Wow, okay, now that was impressive. That was very, very impressive. I thought to myself, okay, this is going to be a pretty easy win, but apparently not. Apparently they were very, very steadfast in their defense of whatever it may be, but wow, that was crazy. That was really crazy. Okay, I have no idea what was going on in those guys' heads, but apparently they are beastly for some reason. Alright, so we're just going to imprison them. And we'll interrogate them a little bit later. Right, so I only have 5. Yes, I only have 5 now. Well, this is interesting. Okay, well, I'm probably going to be improving. As you can see, I can't improve leadership or commanding any further, because I have apparently maxed it out now. Or have I? I think commanding is maxed out, but not leadership. So what could we do? Alright, I think I might be going for some dexterity here, because what I actually want to do is get another point in heavy weapons. I'd like to get steady shot, actually, because that would reduce the recoil effect, but I would like to get some more instructor, just to make sure that all of our forces level up as quickly as possible. And thankfully I did buy some backup medkits, so that's going to be a little bit easier for us. Alright, so did they actually level up? Did anyone level up? No. Apparently not. That was absolutely atrocious. That was really bad. And I'm going to be the first one to say that, because it was. That was that was just awful. I mean, these looters right here, they just decided not to do anything as well. They seem to be away from the battle and really not wanting to really help us that much. But I suppose that is because we have technically forced them to join us, so I suppose that might be the reason. Ah, dear. Okay, well, let's just go and get some more militia squads then, I suppose. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to go and get some more FCA guys, and I'm just going to put these looters in here, because apparently the looters just don't want to work for us at all. I don't know why that is, but I guess... Wow, that was real wake-up call right there. That was pretty crazy. Okay, so we have some of these guys. So we're just going to... Not execute. Oh, there is a karma system, by the way, as well. As you can see, this action will reduce karma by 3 and reduce the will of other prisoners. I'm just going to torture this guy. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So that's not very good. Okay, what about threatening him? Oh, that's not going to make any difference. He's not going to join us. Nope, certainly not. All right. And what about this guy? Let's just threaten him first. Oh, will 15. Okay, yeah, he's probably going to join us now. There we go. And what can I do with this guy now? I actually have no idea. Doesn't seem like I can do anything. Huh. Okay, well, that's interesting. Alright, so let's go into the garrison here. I'm just going to put those looters in. I should have really just healed them up and given them some more willpower and things like that, but I kind of have to go over to the FCA place if I want to get some more recruits and then, you know, go and try and fight the Brotherhood, I suppose. But yeah, oh, hello there. Alright, so there seems to be a little bit of a siege going on, and there's 48 men attempting to do something here. Not a big fan of that. That's interesting. Okay, I should probably make peace with these bandits, to be honest, because even though they'd probably be pretty decent in, you know, actually us getting money and things from them, I'm not entirely sure if I really want to always fight them all the time. Alright, well, anyway. Is there a rocket launcher? That is the one thing that I've actually been looking for. I only found one, and at the time I just didn't have the space, money, whatever it may be, to get it. So that's a bit unfortunate. Anyway, let's defend against 48 and see what we can do here. Now, this is going to be pretty interesting. Where are they coming from? Oh, they're coming... Are you serious? They're really coming all... Okay, well, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some MG sections, and we're just going to have a grand old time, because those guys are going to absolutely cut them down, aren't they? Or they should do, at least. Okay, so those looters are probably not going to be fighting. You know what we're going to do? I'm just going to use these looters as kind of like shock troops, and we're just going to send them straight on in there. And they're going to have a fun old time, I guess. And yeah, I guess I'll just get a militia squad as well, and they can lead the charge, I suppose. Alright, so yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to tell these guys to go over here. I'm going to tell them to charge over there. And we're going to tell these guys to charge over here. And we'll tell these guys to charge straight on in. Wow, that's probably not the best idea, but I guess we'll try it out. And maybe we should tell these guys to do something else, like, we should probably tell them to go over here, and these guys probably around here, somewhere like that, and like this. Well, I don't really want to put them behind this long building. I think that's probably not going to work out too well. Okay, let's do that. and see how it works out. I mean, these guys are going to be right on top of us almost immediately. As you can see, they've just spawned right now, and it's not really going to go too well, I guess. Let's actually just see what happens. Wow, that is a huge amount of enemies. That is certainly a huge amount of enemies. Okay, so I don't know whether to tell these guys just to charge straight on in, or whether I tell them to just retreat a little bit. Let's tell them to retreat a little bit and see if we can just get them into a bit of cover. And we actually need to get over here as well, because we can lend a lot of support. Well, it seems like one of our looter squads has already been eliminated, and yes, our militia squad as well. Oh, that's not very good. Alright, let's get some snipers, I guess. And we're gonna have to tell these guys to charge away from the action, because these guys are not in a good position at all. Let's just tell them to retreat, actually. Did they really get killed? Yeah, I think they really did get killed. That is not very good. Oh well, never mind. At least our other machine gunners are in pretty decent positions. I mean, I just find that hilarious how they decided to just be like, oh, we're just gonna stand here in the worst possible position. I mean, look at this guy. Look at that guy. He's just standing there. Ah, never mind. Oh well. I mean, they know what they're doing. They're professionals, aren't they? Not really. Is that guy dead? Yeah, I guess. They seem to be attempting to flank us from the left side, so I think I'm going to go over there and see if I can try and affect the battle in our favor. You can see here that our forces are taking huge amounts of damage from these flanking enemies, so it would make sense for me to try and do something to stop them. Interesting. Seems like I can't really do much. Yes, and I have read your comments regarding the doors, so you can actually go into the doors by just running into them, which is pretty fantastic. Alright, so where are the... Ah, there's one. Oh, I'm actually surprised I did not kill that guy. Got him. And maybe we can get another one. No such luck. Right, so have a look. There's only 18 of them left, and we have 18. And what squads have we lost? Not really anything. Not really anything to worry about, to be honest. I mean, if we lose some looters, not really a big deal. If we lose some militia squads, that's also not really a big deal, because we have a pretty decent instructor skill right now. I apparently am just shooting a dead body right there. That's fantastic. Very effective. Where is the last one? I think he's around here somewhere, but I don't think I can see him. You know, I should really just take into account that the AI has to be the ones to try and take the thing that we are right next to, so I should be a little bit more defensive, I suppose. And there you go, that is a victory for us, and we only, well, we lost 16 casualties, that's not actually that bad. And we do get a bunch of really nice loot. There's 3,400 credits, huge amounts of experience, and we're going to just take a little bit of AK ammo, a little bit of food as well. And we can take some prisoners, so I suppose I should. These guys are going to be pretty difficult. I think we can maybe persuade them. Oh, increase leadership skill to hire more squads, of course. Okay, well, that's absolutely fine then. Let's just imprison them. Maybe I should execute some of them sometime, but anyway, okay, so yes, now I have 81, so I can technically restructure the garrison and see what we can do in the next episode, when we will actually be taking on a new enemy, the Uman Brotherhood. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.